Live
ACU
from the ACU of Texas Studios.
This
is the Clear Lake Today Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Cape Complainers. Joining me, as always, are my other complainers, Tim, Flippo, Devin, I almost said Tim again, and Reed. He'll show up eventually because he is...
My name is Tevin. It's a combination of both Tim and Devin.
Mm-hmm.
We've become one supreme being.
We are one supreme being.
Today we are talking about episode 5 and 6 of Marvel Studios' What If, the show that asks, how many times can we kill Tony Stark?
Twice in the same episode.
No. I mean, he's died in just about every episode. It's getting kind of ridiculous. Like episode 1, he's not in, just because it's Captain Carter.
He died twice in one episode?
Well, technically he did the snap, and then he end of the last episode.
Oh well, that was just the intro though.
Also, technically, he died in the zombie episode twice.
Can an undead actually die? It just stops moving.
Yeah.
All right. If it bleeds.
So for the Cape Patheticals, let's start with Flippo. If you were a professional wrestler, what would your WWE name be? Like, what would your wrestler name be?
Lone Wolf.
Why? I didn't mean to.
Wolf.
Sorry.
It's so cringy.
The wolf is my spirit animal.
Okay.
I would embrace that.
All right. Explain.
Yeah.
Let me picture. What's your costume? Is it kind of like?
It's like Lobo.
Lobo. Okay, so you kind of look like Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat, kind of. He's got a vest on. Lobo's got a vest on.
But less like it.
That's the only similarity I can think of. But that's good. Okay, so Lone Wolf Wrestler Flippo. All right, good to know.
Yeah,
Tim.
His spirit animal is a wolf, and he's always alone.
Yeah. Tim.
Well, hey, at least my spirit animal is not like a gorilla.
A gorilla would beat the shit out of a wolf. Okay?
Is that a dig? It sounds like a dig at Tim. Is your spirit animal a gorilla, Tim?
I guess. Yeah, that's what Charlemagne's boss said. But, I think it's because, I'm, super buff and shit,
Yeah, that's it.
I know. I'm smart enough to use tools. I've got thumbs.
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely not because you fling your poop everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, Tim. If a turtle doesn't have a shell, is he homeless or naked?
Both.
Is that the real question?
Yes, that's the real one.
Is that a complaint?
Well, no, fine. All right. It's not a complaint. It's a capathetical.
Yeah.
Second dumb name. All right, fine, Tim. If you were a superhero, which one of us would you pick as your sidekick, and which one of us would you pick as your villains?
Gotcha. Well, first off, I did answer the turtle question. I said they would be both homeless and naked.
Okay.
So, and I don't really want to answer this one because I don't want to hurt y'all's feelings.
It's
so
fine.
Pass.
No, you're not going to hurt my feelings.
Okay. Sidekick, the CIA agent listening in, and villains, all three of you.
You son of a bitch.
Somehow I saw that's where that was going.
I know. I hate you, Tim. Get out of my call. I don't want... No.
Sorry.
No.
No,
please stay.
Streaming.
Yeah, please stay. We need you.
You only want me for my stream.
Okay. All right. Well, seriously, who would you pick? Or do you want another one? I guess we'll do another one.
He did the turtle.
All right,
Yeah,
fine. The turtle. Fine. Fine.
You should give Devin the superhero one. He likes being a superhero.
All right, fine. Devin. Which one of us is your sidekick and which one of us is your villain? And I'll just say only one of us, so that you can't have the whole group as a villain. Only one of us can be the sidekick and one of us could be the hero. I mean, villain.
And then one of us has to be the romantic interest.
Yes.
Do it.
Oh, man, that's hard.
This
you
is
throw
like
in a
the
romantic interest. You threw in the
Reed.
romantic interest, and now all my questions are confused.
Reed.
It's got to be the sex killer Mary scenario.
Yeah, this is a better version of
Yeah.
Kill Mary.
Yeah. This is so Reed is obviously the romantic interest.
Reed's not here. That was the
Yeah,
question.
it has to be
Out of
between.
the
All
three
right,
of us,
fine.
three of you that's here.
Okay.
Oh,
Reed's
God,
been
that's
snapped
so hard.
away in this universe.
Yeah. You know what? Reed's already been murdered. So am I doing superhero villain love interest, or am I doing Fuck, Kill Mary?
Superhero.
Yeah, it's
no,
superhero,
no.
yeah.
It's just which one of us is your sidekick, and which one of us is your villain, and which one of us is the Mary Jane Watson.
Can it be J. Jonah Jameson instead?
It could be anybody you
Get my-
want. It doesn't-
Get my
it
love
doesn't-
interest. Be my sidekick.
No, it's not It's not Batman and Robin's in the early.
You
90s.
can't
Yeah.
mix pleasure and work.
Yeah. You don't want to date
tell
somebody
that-
you work with.
Tell that to Bill Clinton.
You can't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
Tell that to my dog.
Just answer.
Okay.
Tim would be my sidekick.
Yes. Yes. Sidekick, baby.
Then I already know what's going to happen.
I think Flippo would be our villain, and
Yep.
Greg would be the
Yeah, fucking do it. Do it.
Flippo's villain name would be Lone Wolf too.
Yeah, it all carries over. It works. That's,
Mine would
but
be
it-
the
full
family
circle.
gorilla.
I thought you were going to be like the naked turtle.
Oh, naked gorilla. Or the homeless gorilla.
no, it's a team.
There
It's
it
a duo. It's the naked turtle and the thummy gorilla. It's a team thing. It's like Batman and Robin.
The naked turtle and the homeless gorilla. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, homeless? I thought it was thummy gorilla. I thought that's what you
Oh, no,
I thought
homeless.
that's what you said. Okay. My bad.
Thumb you to death.
I liked thummy gorilla. All right.
Oh, so it's Donkey Kong in like Mario Kart Racing, right?
I guess. Does anybody have a
Like throwing
get-
turtle shells.
I was hoping Reed would be here, but I guess does anybody have a cape-tethetical for me? Probably not.
I could. Yeah, sure. You know what? I do. Greg, if you could change one thing about how the human body has evolved, what would it be?
I feel like we've done this one before.
Have we?
We
Can I have
might-
that one? Can I have that?
No, I don't want to hear what you have to say. No.
2 dicks.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'll ask you the question that I asked my kids today.
Sure. What is it? What is
All
it?
right, Greg, if all the lands in the world were connected and we weren't separated by the ocean, would it be a better place?
So you mean if Pangea never happened? No, wait. Well, if Pangea was
If
just we were all
Pangea
still
were still a thing,
okay.
would the world be a better place?
Possibly. I still believe that basically humans are destined to just be jealous of each other no matter what. It could be anything. And so that alone would lead to conflict. So not to get real, but I still think humans would kind of be shitty towards each other no matter what.
Yeah, I think if we made it to the 1950s, the Nazis would have a severe leg up in their war against the world.
Yeah, one of the biggest advantages we had was water.
Oh, hey, America. You're right next to us. Bomb 'em! Bomb the Americans!
All right. Well, I guess since Reed's not going to show up, we're just going to go ahead and get into it.
Or you could give us all one question that we all answer.
all
No.
one universal. Okay. All right. This is for everybody. If you could control your dreams, what would you want to dream about? And don't say anything dirty.
I was about to say, sure you want us to answer this question?
Get your minds out of the gutter
Sex
and answer it.
with an octopus.
Ugh,
Okay. All right, here
so
you go.
handsy.
Here you go. We'll get a little bit deep. How about this? Would you sacrifice your life to save a stranger?
We've
Oh.
already answered that.
Well, fine. The other one. Would you dream about doing it? Yes, no. All right, let's just get into the episode. What if? We are episode 5 and 6 in. I'm not sure how many episodes were promised. I think maybe 9 or 10 maybe. Episode 5 is a reimagining of Marvel Zombies. It still shares similar storylines within like the virus coming from the quantum realm and like certain characters dying and all that kind of stuff. But I felt these 2 episodes were kind of the weakest that have come out, in my opinion. I thought they were very creative, but they still they didn't like, oh, look who's here. And like, they didn't really impress me that much, you know? What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, out of the 2, I liked the zombie one the best.
Agreed.
The zombie one just didn't feel like it ever got resolved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
They kind of insinuate that they've got a plan, but like, do they complete it? Nobody knows. And for everybody else, you know, we talked about how we think the season finale is going to be this big thing where all the heroes from these different episodes that we watched come together for one big fight. But I don't really see who's going to be coming over from this fight from zombies. I mean, I guess Killmonger would come over from the other episode, but
It'd only be T'Challa and Peter.
well, there's T'Challa, Peter, there's the head of
Scott Lang.
yeah.
And I don't think we necessarily need anybody there. I did see a kind of a commercial that kind of spoiled it. It looks like it's going to be Thanos, Gamora, Party Thor, Captain Carter, and like just kind of choice people from certain episodes that are going to be in this multiverse war episode. So anyways, episode 5, basically the show synopsis is Hank basically ruins another universe, going into the quantum realm to save his wife. But in this case, she contracts a zombie-type virus, which is similar to the Marvel Zombies comic storyline. Hank comes back, bites everybody, and starts spreading a zombie apocalypse. It takes place right after Thor Ragnarok, pretty much, where the Hulk is basically being sent down and crashes into the Sanctum Sanctorum, and everybody's gone. So he's greeted by Ebony Maw and the big guy, don't remember his name. Tony Stark and everybody shows up, starts biting everybody, saved by Spider-Man. And one of the biggest things in this show is I thought Spider-Man was voiced by Tom Holland, but it wasn't. And I also looked...
I thought his name was credited, like in the opening. I thought, I don't know, I could be wrong.
Well,
but...
I had read somewhere, read an article because a lot of people have been asking why these actors don't look like the actual actors, and I saw credited they didn't have Tom Holland, and it didn't even look like Tom Holland. And apparently, it's just because Sony kind of owns Tom Holland right now.
They still do, okay.
Yeah, so they couldn't really use him.
This makes sense.
Yeah, another similarity that they had from the comics is T'Challa is back. We are graced by yet another beautiful performance by Chadwick Boseman. And another sad line at the end of the episode, per usual. And of course, T'Challa in the comics gets a similar fate where they kind of chop off his limbs to be eaten and whatnot. So it was a very creative episode, but overall, I felt it was a little weak. And it just didn't hit it for me. But that's just mine, and I will step off the mic.
I agree. I think it was pretty weak compared to most of what If has been. But I don't think it was the weakest episode.
Yeah.
I think it may have been maybe second or third weakest, but I felt like it wasn't as strong as most of What If.
Yeah.
And I really wish that they would have a part 2 with Zombie Thanos. When I saw Zombie Thanos and him like smile with his gauntlet, I was like, oh man, that would be so cool. Right. If only. What if they had a second episode?
Well, people are asking the question how Thanos even became a zombie, because he's invulnerable to all diseases, plus he's got impenetrable skin. People are wondering how and why he even is a zombie and why he's got the stones.
It's from the quantum realm. I don't know.
Can we even call it like a zombie virus? Or because like they all have their abilities still. They have most of their intelligence. So
they're sentient.
I don't know if it's like zombie virus or if it's like
Well,
some
it's-
sort of
it's
magical.
It's not really
blah,
a.
blah, blah.
It's kind of a zombie virus in the sense of like in the Marvel Zombies comic, it works kind of the same way. The virus really only heavily affects the non-super people. Like that's what the zombie is. But if it affects a super, the super mutant gene or whatever that they have is what makes them retain their.
Right. Like Tony Stark, he's a superhuman,
Right,
and
yeah.
he's also in a suit. Oh, wait, what was Tony Stark's superpower again?
Well, he actually kind of hear me out. He's a
Oh, wait. What about Hope and Ant-Man? And
Can I finish?
the
Can I?
old Ant-Man,
Can I?
Hank Pym,
Can
that's
I
what I was
finish,
talking
please?
about.
Can I finish, please?
Greg,
You no,
How about Chadwick Boseman?
no. You kind of answered your own thing because one, you have a zombie in a heavily mechanized mega tech suit, so of course he's going to have an extra little kick. And plus, Hope, whenever she turned, she was already big, so yeah, that's going to suck having a big ass zombie. So yeah, they may not be super powered,
what about
but they
Hank
have
Pym,
super
who
powered
turned
stuff.
small? What about Hank Pym, who turned small to bite Captain America in the flashback scene? Huh?
That's
What
just
about?
that's-
He knows how to turn small and big as a zombie. He came back from the quantum realm in his ship because he's so smart as a zombie, even though he's a regular person.
that's just thinking ahead.
Nah,
That's just playing the game, baby.
I'm with Tim.
Oh,
This
so
doesn't-
the
this doesn't add up.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't add up. I agree
Oh.
with.
So there's a good one. How is Zombie Thanos able to get the Mind Stone from Peter if it repels zombies?
I don't think he will then, because that's kind of like the double-edged sword of it. Like he won't be able to get that stone, but
Like,
since
20.
he's got the other stones, plus like with the reality stone alone, he could probably find a way to get it from Peter.
Or just blasting him from a distance.
Yeah,
I
get
mean,
him to
in
let
theory,
go of
couldn't
it.
you use the reality stone to warp yourself back to a not zombie and then take
Yeah.
the stone?
I guess. yeah.
Or since he is the Titan, the Mad Titan, maybe he's just immune to the Mind Stone's effect on all the other zombies. He's just that strong of a zombie character.
yeah.
No, I like Devin's little shortcut. Hey, I have the reality stone. I'm gonna make my own reality. I'm not a zombie anymore.
Yeah, let me just
Yeah.
get rid of the virus and like make sure it never happened. There we go.
So do you guys think if
Yeah,
he gets all the stones and snaps, is he gonna still wipe away half the populations, or would he turn them into zombies?
Maybe he would wipe the population that he would wipe out would be living people, like the people who aren't zombies. Maybe he just snaps them out of the universe.
Maybe he makes more people so they can feast on more people.
Oh, maybe he just creates clones of everybody. Ah, why you got my job? Why do you look like me?
Well, one of
I
the
get 2 paychecks this week.
well, one of the things that they carried over from Marvel Zombies is kind of Peter Parker's role is in the sense of being a main character. Peter Parker in the Marvel Zombies comic gets bit by Mary Jane and kills Aunt May and all that stuff. And we kind of get our first reference to Uncle Ben in the MCU, as well as the first time I think Spider-Man's been called the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But anyways, in this Marvel What If episode, Peter kind of becomes a main character as well, being kind of the hope bringer, which he also is in the comic. When Peter gets turned into a zombie, he's one of the only people who actually feels bad about it. He's like, guys, we used to be heroes. We used to save people. Now we're eating everybody, and all the other zombies are like, "Fuck you, Spider-Man, you gimp." And so they just kind of
Give me that brain.
yeah. But it was just kind of like another mirror that they brought over was Peter Parker being a central, important character.
Well, they mimicked the whole thing about like Hope in the episode. Hope's like, "Well, how do you do it? How do you always smile?"
Yeah,
And it's a mirror of in the comics when they're like, "Why do you crack all these jokes?"
yeah,
And the response is essentially the same thing for both.
mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't really have much else to say about episode 5. So if anybody else wants to take charge of this, go ahead.
Was I the only one who was a little shocked by the Vision betrayal? A little bit.
Not really.
No.
No.
I was a little shocked. I was like, oh, cool. Something's off with him. Something's going to happen. But I didn't think that I thought he was luring people like them. I didn't think he lured all these people
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
That's what threw me off. I was like, damn. And then to like cut off Chad's limb.
I know.
The
Well,
things we do for love.
I will say what surprised I kind of forgot about Wanda. I knew Vision was up to something. I just didn't know what. I just didn't know he was going to be like keeping Wanda, which also kind of mirrors WandaVision, kind of like since Vision didn't have Wanda anymore, he kind of went kind of
Lost shit.
kind of went cuckoo. That didn't surprise me, but the Wanda reveal did. But yeah. Anything else before we move on to episode 6?
No.
That one, it's hard because there's going to be a lot of questions. Like, yeah, me and Tim, like, it doesn't add up. So, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we won't ever get a part 2 probably
I'm
to
sure,
this.
or an answer to anything.
Yeah, it would be cool. But I feel like this show is just kind of to set up the next phase of Marvel. And, I mean, who knows? We might get a season 2.
I bet you they'll get a season 2, even if they decide to go away from the
Comment.
Well, no, I bet we get the season 2 because regardless, you can take any of these storylines, change one small thing, and say this is what happened.
Yeah, and then just the slightest tangent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what if Marvel Zombies happened, but Tony didn't get bit and he was there?
Exactly.
New story. Pay me money. Anyways,
People will watch it. You'll watch it. Don't?
It's Marvel. All right, episode
Exactly.
6. This one I kind of felt is the weakest. Is what if Killmonger saved Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie? This one I felt was going to have big ripple effects just because this would lead to Tony not having make the arc reactor, not even really being Iron Man. I kind of thought Tony was going to help invade Wakanda, that Tony was going to be a villain. I had big hopes for this episode, but it kind of took a long time for me, like in the sense of like I knew everything that was going to happen. I'm like, I know Eric is going to betray everybody. I'm just kind of just like, okay, let's go through the motions. And I'm watching all these smart people who I know are very smart, T'Challa, Tony, Pepper, all these people just kind of being chumps to Eric.
Essentially, everything that happened in the movies still happened anyway.
Yeah.
It's just a roundabout way of how it happened.
Yeah.
Except the end that Black Panther dies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even then, technically, he did die, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, Tim is making a face as if this was the greatest episode on Earth.
It wasn't the greatest episode on Earth,
Well-
but there was a big difference. It was almost nothing like the movie.
Uh-huh.
First off, T'Challa dies. Second off, Eric goes back to Wakanda as a favored son, and then he becomes the Black Panther. A favored Black Panther. And he's like the champion of the people right now. He's also got Wakanda's backing to back all of the sects of black people around the world who are still experiencing inequality. It's been completely different
But it's
than the
based-
movie. So
but
I
it's
think
based on
Devin's
a lie.
comment. I think Devin's comment about the movie was completely wrong.
Okay.
I think you're completely wrong.
All right, perhaps, but also let's go a little bit into what you said. That's
I
all.
do
That's
wish-
all based on a lie, though. Like Eric
I
has
do-
done all this, but it's bullshit.
I do agree that I wish that Tony Stark had become evil as well. That
Yeah.
would have been super cool. And instead of invading Wakanda, he and Tony start militarizing and weaponizing these sects of black people that are still experiencing inequality around the world. Like with Stark weaponry rather than Wakandan weaponry.
Mhm.
I think that would have been cool too. And watch like a giant civil war unfold between,
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I felt this episode kind of had a lot of potential, and it never really hit it for me.
maybe if it had an episode 2.
Yeah, Marvel do a season 2. We need a
Yeah, what if? What the hell?
yeah, we need follow-ups. But I don't know. I did like I will say Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger in the Black Panther movie is easily one of my favorite Marvel villain performances. He knocked it out of the park for me. In the episode, he's still good, but he kind of suffers the Sebastian Stan thing. It's like you don't sound good on just voice acting. It's like you really need that physical element in order for me to like you.
I think I realized what it was. I think what it is that the voice that they're saying doesn't match the face that they're giving. You know what I'm saying?
Perhaps, yeah. And also, just to backtrack, Sebastian Stan got a little bit better in episode 5.
I'm gonna agree with Devin. Yeah, I think I had that same issue in episode 6 where the voice didn't match whatever face that Killmonger was making, and so it was like off-putting to me.
Yeah.
The emotions aren't coming across as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sebastian Stan definitely did better in episode 5 than in episode 1.
He heard our criticism.
I know.
He's a fan.
Oh.
I bet he follows us.
I wish. God, please be a fan. We need
I know, dear Lord.
sponsor
We
us.
need you.
All right. But I mean, the episode did have some good moments. They did do a callback to Michael B. Jordan's suggestion in Black Panther. He wanted his costume to resemble Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z. And in the What If episode, he says he likes anime because he designs a suit that looks like a Gundam.
He designed a
suit,
Gundam, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, that exact word, Gundam.
Yeah, so that was cool. The voice actor of Tony is okay.
He sounded really close to Robert Downey Jr.'s
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, he did it for me, so that worked.
When you say it like that, it did it for me. It sounds like you're like touching yourself while you're like.
I know,
watching
like
this
he
episode.
got me there, boy.
We
Man,
can only
that
see
voice
the
is Tony Stark.
Do y'all
Man, that
not?
did it for me.
Do y'all not? I do that.
No.
I press play and unbutton instantly.
TMI.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm busy with
No.
the sandwich in my hand while I'm eating and watching during my lunch break during work.
I have a sandwich too. I have it in the left hand.
Yeah.
TLI, too little information.
Too
What kind of
little.
lotions do you use?
I know.
Are
Let's
they
do.
hypoallergenic or
I know.
what
We're
kind
gonna.
of scent?
Do you use the tissue? Do you use the sock?
Well,
Yeah.
we're
do you just-
underwear.
Do you just shoot it in your mouth?
we're actually going to do a new
It's
Pictionary.
mayo on your sandwich.
We're gonna do a new Pictionary segment now. I'm going to draw. What I do.
You can't see your hand at all.
I know. I've been like trying to do
Which
facial.
is really good for us, I guess.
All right, whatever. Anyways, episode 6. Another thing that I liked in the episode is it kind of alluded to a kind of new Avengers team up. I kind of picture Siri and Pepper kind of being a new team up team. I'm not. I mean, I
I'm
don't.
sorry. Hang on. I can't let this go. Did you
Okay.
call her Siri?
Yes.
No, I
Instead
called
of
her
Sherry.
I called her
No, you
Suri.
said Siri.
I
No,
called
you
her
didn't.
Suri.
There you go.
Definitely said Siri.
Whatever.
Shuri.
Whatever. Anyway.
Whoever edits this, make it
Whatever. Anyways.
Siri.
Hello, Siri. How do we take out Wakanda?
So I just thought it'd be cool if they did a team up, but I guess we'll team up against me. But anyways, I kind of picture, I don't know how it would happen, Pepper kind of becoming a hero, kind of like an Iron Heart somehow. I don't know. It just alluded to a cool setup that because the Watcher always says the multiverse finds a way to save itself or whatever he says.
It balance itself.
Yeah, and so
No, that's Doctor Strange's universe.
Well, it started collapsing in on itself.
I still
so-
imagine it works out in every universe. But anyways, it just led up to a cool team up that I wouldn't mind seeing. But yeah, what are y'all's thoughts on episode 6?
I was super sad that they killed Rhodey.
Yeah.
It could have been someone
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do y'all think? What do y'all think about Marvel's retcons of the old actors, like getting rid of Terrence Howard's Rhodey in this What If episode?
It had to be done. He was already swapped out, so
Yeah.
I liked the change to begin with.
But wouldn't it
Gino
work?
has- yeah.
But wouldn't it work cool as variants, like Terrence Howard is a variant of Rhodey, and Edward Norton is a variant of
Maybe they'll do it one day when they, fix their differences.
I doubt they'll go back and
Yeah,
change
me
that.
too.
It's all contracts.
Yeah.
A lot of
don't know.
contracts. He was hardly he wasn't that big of a deal. It was Don Cheadle that finally got to be in a suit. Terrence Howard never got to be. He was always just Tony's friend.
Yeah, Terrence Howard just said next time and never got it. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it would be interesting if they did it. If it would be kind of crazy. I mean, if they follow through with this Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire thing in No Way Home, there should be no reason they don't do a Terrence Howard movie.
That's because of the Sonyverse.
Yeah, that's true.
Bullshit.
I'm so
But
excited for
then,
that.
but Marvel is making these Spider-Man movies with Sony, so
I like that we're getting the Spider-Verse, the Sonyverse. I just can't wait till we get the Siri-verse, right, Greg?
Got him.
Any other thoughts on episode 6?
hey Siri, put multiverse on my shopping list.
No,
Had to be done.
Come on,
put the
Greg.
Infinity Stones on my shopping.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Greg.
What's the weather like?
Yeah,
Hey Siri, what's the weather like in Wakanda?
15 more minutes, Greg. Don't worry. Then I can have my me time. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go into my final thoughts on episode 6, and I guess we'll just do final thoughts on episode 5 and 6. I really love we said it obviously in every episode. They've really kind of gotten super creative, especially since episode 1, from following like a script and all that, or like the stuff that we know. And I really, really hope that, because I do say these are the weaker episodes, I hope it doesn't just keep going down. Because I'm not sure what our next episode is. It might be Party Thor. I'm not sure. I really do hope that they kind of stay consistently good. I'm really loving the creative stories that they're coming up with, and I'm just really digging it.
I think that out of the two, here's the thing. Greg said that these were these were very definitely the lowest two, but by no points do I think that they were bad. I think that the reason that I personally disliked the Killmonger one the most is because it was still very much following, like, some of the same events still happened that you see in the movie. They didn't I don't know, parts of those were still rescripted, you know what I'm saying, with very little change.
The only one I can think of is the Killmonger killing Claw. That's the only moment that I could really think that directly mirrored from Black Panther.
Well, also when Killmonger walked into the throne room of Wakanda and he said, "What's up, cuz? What up, auntie?"
Yeah. But I mean, that's about it.
I feel like I saw more that were like, they just may not have taken place in the same place, but I feel like I saw more. That's
when Jeff Bridges' character in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, like whenever
I can't remember his name.
Obadiah Stane.
Yeah. And so part of those moments are what made me dislike the first episode so much. Again, it wasn't bad, but I like it when they step far away from the script.
Like you don't even see scenes that are in the movie.
Yeah, you see like the split second of this is the moment that everything changed, and then everything changes drastically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
That's
I could get in on that. They do that. Yeah.
I do want to say before we end, finish your final thoughts, but I do very briefly. I would like to talk about the Hawkeye trailer that came out this week and get your thoughts on it.
Okay, we could do that at the very end of final thoughts.
I do think that these episodes were weaker compared to the rest of What If, but I think my least favorite episode was What If the Avengers Didn't Happen, or whatever that one was called.
What if
killed them all?
Well, no. What if Earth lost its mightiest heroes?
Yeah, I think that was the weakest episode.
I thought that one was like the coolest.
That one had the that one had the coolest twist.
Strange.
Yeah.
that one.
let me say, I do think all of What If has been really good. Let me start by saying that. I just think these 3 episodes are the weakest. And the weakest out of the weakest is the one that I stated, What If There Are No Avengers, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You know, What If has 2 constants. Hank Pym fucks shit up across the board.
Yeah.
Tony Stark dies.
Yep. One big thing is the dad's still alive. I don't remember the dad's name.
Yeah.
T'Chaka?
Any other final thoughts before Devin rambles?
I thought the Killmonger one was
Okay, Ribbit.
All right.
Stop. What'd you say, Reed?
I thought the Killmonger one was a kind of a cool alternative, but see, like I thought Killmonger was I don't know, going to change and be a good guy, but I thought it was really interesting that they kept him wanting to go back to Wakanda, and you know, he's an heir to that throne, and he's
pretty set in his ways of my people have been unjustified. Yeah, and I'm going to fix this. So he's pretty set in his ways.
I will say,
and he burned everything behind him too, which was nuts.
I thought he was going to burn Wakanda.
Yeah, I do have one final thought. What do y'all think about the one thing that they did change is whenever Killmonger takes the Black Panther potion or whatever it's called, and in the movie, Eric sees his father in his vision. What do y'all think of the change of Eric seeing T'Challa instead?
I think T'Challa had a stronger emotional connection at that point in time, which made him be the one that he saw. And I think in the movie, it was his father.
Yeah.
I don't think that he wanted to kill T'Challa to begin with. Because I feel like in the when he first fights him, he stops him, but he ends up killing him as a last resort because he won't stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just an interesting change that they had made in the show that I felt we needed to talk about. Okay.
And honestly,
it was a good one.
I do think that that in this, Eric was ballsy as fuck to grab that bomb from Tony Stark after it's been shot, about to explode. Bullshit.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Tim?
I agree. That's I think that's super ballsy. Oh, and I did want to point out the 10 rings. Ever since Shang-Chi came out, everything has the 10 rings in it. We never heard of it.
The 10 rings have been in Iron Man. We're in Iron Man
3.
Iron Man 1.
Iron Man what?
Iron Man 1. Go back and watch it in the hostage tape with Tony Stark.
I'm not gonna watch an old ass movie.
No, you don't have to. Just go to the scene. Just go to the scene where Tony Stark is doing his hostage tape. In the back, there's the flag behind Tony Stark is the 10 rings symbol.
If I want to watch a movie that's 20 years old, I'd go back and watch something else, but I don't.
Good one.
Yes,
you showed us.
The 10 rings. The 10 rings is the organization that those terrorists worked for that captured Tony.
Yeah.
Were they part of the actual 10 rings?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were. The Mandarin was not.
Yeah.
I must have missed it. How did we know that from the episode?
Because Killmonger says it.
Yeah.
At the press release,
I believe so.
No, he's like the 10 rings are on their way here. They know your location. We got to get you out of here.
Well, okay, gotcha. Whenever he first sees Tony there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. I guess Devin, say your little
My turn. Okay, so this week the trailer for Hawkeye came out, and it's gonna come out in November, late November. Has anyone watched it?
Yes.
Of this year, yes.
Yes.
How did you guys like it? And what did you guys think?
I haven't seen it.
I know that Tim and Greg were very like, I don't want to watch some of these other ones that's not WandaVision or Loki. So I'm curious, does it grab your interest at all?
No.
Kinda a little bit, but not enough, because I'll say, okay, I like Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. I don't think he's a good Hawkeye. I just think I want him
to be somebody better.
Yeah, I want him to.
You're saying he doesn't deserve a standalone show.
Yeah, and
basically.
Hawkeye is a great character. I love his he had a standalone comic in the last recent years that was very good. He's very well written. I don't think Jeremy Renner, or at least I haven't seen him do the fun Hawkeye that I like, you know? And so, I
You
mean,
hear that, Jeremy Renner? You come on this podcast and you defend your honor. You
Yeah.
fight Greg
Get
at
your shit
Vinyl Draft
together.
Radio today or next week.
yeah,
Otherwise,
I
you
can't
don't
do
deserve
today.
your role.
Yeah, I can't do today. But if we could do next week, that'd be great.
Yeah, next week, Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Just
Okay.
just pencil it in because it's going to change anyways.
Yeah, Greg
Yeah.
has so many fights scheduled. He's got to find it.
Yeah.
He's got to find a time slot for each one.
I get beat up a
Here-
lot
Be here or be recast.
by me.
Like
Well, this is what happened to Terrence Howard.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Don-
fight us.
yeah.
Wouldn't
He
fight.
went on a podcast.
Yeah, Don.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle kicked Terrence Howard's ass on a podcast, and that's what gave him the role. All right. Well, I guess on that note,
But
let's
I
end the
didn't
show.
finish. I asked you
Oh.
a question.
We're so okay. What?
I watched it. It takes place in the holidays. I thought it looked funny. I was excited to watch it. There was a question that was asked online, and I was curious about the same thing about why he is training Kate Bishop to be Hawkeye instead of his daughter. Because in Avengers Endgame, they show him like starting to train his daughter before she disappears. In
Would
Snap.
you? Okay.
He probably doesn't want his daughter. To go
Yeah.
out there.
One.
And
Clint.
he's too
Yeah.
afraid to lose her
Yeah.
again.
One. Clint lost his whole family once. Why
Yeah.
on earth would he want to put his family? I mean, he retires after
Yeah.
Endgame. So like, why would he even want like his family to be in danger again? So
Clearly not.
let Kate
Yeah.
Bishop die. Like,
But
I
is-
yeah,
Do you even think, Devin?
yeah.
Isn't in the
Yeah.
trailer?
Even
Isn't
think-
there in the trailer another Ronin besides Jeremy Renner?
I think it's her. I think it's Kate Bishop.
Mm,
And that's
I think
what
somebody-
brings. I think that's what brings them together. If not, I know that I've read that Florence Pugh is supposed to be making a comeback into an appearance in the Hawkeye film because if you watched Black Widow, does anyone care for spoilers?
I've seen.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it with
We've already
you.
seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So, and if you watched the end credits, you see
Oh, I
that
didn't
what's
see
her
that.
face, Constance. What's her? The big rich lady who starts trying to put together the evil Avengers.
Right.
Yeah, she comes up to Yelena and hands her and says, "Do you want to stab at the guy who killed your sister?"
Hmm.
And she shows a tablet, and it is Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna also say I'm not excited for the Hawkeye TV show because it just doesn't look interesting to me, and it kind of gives me the same vibes as Falcon and the Winter Soldier when that preview came out, that trailer.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested,
Yeah.
so I'll probably watch it just like months after it's done, and then I'll just force my way through it and try not to vomit.
I thought you said
Did
you
you feel the
liked.
same way about Falcon Winter Soldier?
I liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well,
I really enjoyed it after I watched it.
Well,
I don't think I'll enjoy it.
It does.
well, my
You said that about Falcon Winter Soldier. Why not just keep that optimism? Why don't you be a happy
Because
man?
I'm not an optimistic person, Reed. I'm a
Yeah.
pessimist.
well,
Yeah,
my
do you see the
Smile.
color of his shirt?
Smile
It's dark.
more.
well, my
It's
deal
dark like the color of
is
sadness.
I'm more kind of into the weird Marvel now. I don't really want to. I don't care about the
The whole cookie cutter hero.
yeah. Let me get weird. Show me the multiverse. I'm tired of this one.
Yeah, Greg's up here. Let me get weird.
Yeah, I can't stroke it
What
to
about
this.
the TV shows? I already spend 3 hours a month for every new movie they come out with. Why do I need to spend another 4 hours every month because they come out with an hour episode every week?
Yeah.
Tim, no one's making you.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
This podcast is.
If
All
I
right.
don't do it, then I can't be on the podcast, guys.
Well, let's
I
do
Your choice.
All right.
We're not
think-
forcing you.
I do think that this is a very buddy looking episode, or very buddy looking series.
Okay.
But I'm excited for it.
I think the weaker of the what ifs was if T'Challa was
Star-Lord?
Star Lord. Yeah, that was pretty weak.
Really, I like
You're-
that.
No, it was weak.
I think that I'm not shocked that Reed doesn't have ears and that he likes the shitty episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
All right. Well, in that case, Tim, take us out.
Thanks for joining us today with the Caped Complainers.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
And check out our YouTube channel, The Cape Complainers, and our Twitch streams at The Cape Complainers.
Follow the mothership at Vinyl Draft Radio app. Download app to listen to many other good shows.
All right, and don't forget, nobody complains like a fan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.